by Pat and KMLs. Ooh, I'm echoey now. If this is your first visit, welcome. We invite you to sign the visitor's book in the entryway, and whether it is your first or your 1,000th visit, we are glad you came. This service is being live streamed to our YouTube channel. We plan on continuing with hybrid worship services so you can join us each week here in person, on Zoom, or later on YouTube. To help us connect better with our friends watching from home, please turn around and wave to the camera. And at the end of the service, we'll invite our friends on Zoom to turn their cameras on and return the wave. We have a few announcements today. To help make the most of our time together, event details can be found in the printed announcements in the back of the church or in the weekly email. If you have a joy or sorrow to share, please fill out the card on or near your chair. We invite you to bring them forward and place them in this basket after Bill rings the chimes and begins to play. You can also come forward to drop a pebble in the water if you have a joy or sorrow that you would prefer not to share. Next week is our second Sunday potluck. After the service, we invite you to bring a dish to share, but if you forget, you're welcome to stay. We always have enough for everyone. On Friday, February 13th at 7 p.m., we will have our second annual open mic night at the church. All are invited to attend and perform for free. Donations are welcome, and light bites and mocktails will be available for purchase, and free popcorn. Will you be at church on Sunday, February 15th? Is there a song that speaks to your heart about love that you would love to share and sing together that morning? Please sign up with Danielle Lyon by Sunday, February 8th to have your song added to the list. As always with UUs, we're not sticking to any strict definitions, and the type of love is open to your interpretation. To help us prepare to show support at Summer Pride events, Megan Cabral and Kaya Mells are working on building up the Pride bins. Please see the list posted in the back of the church or in the link to the longer version of these announcements for a list of needed items. If possible, donate supplies that you already have at home or from a thrift shop. Do we have other announcements? Okay.
Thanks to everyone who's volunteered to be designated closer, to make sure everything's clean at the end of any church activities, and to make sure everything's locked up appropriately. We are good until the second week of March, except for next week. So I am begging for somebody to please volunteer to be designated closer, because I will not be here. I'm going to be off in Lake Placid cross-country skiing. So if you can please, if anybody is available, please sign up for next week for designated closer. Thanks. You'll have lots of help because it's potluck.
Just to clarify, for the 15th of February, you do not have to sing the love song that you that is meaningful to you. You just have to let me know ahead of time so that I can find the music, and I'll lead it. But if you would like to sing it, you're welcome to. But don't feel that you are volunteering yourself to sing a solo that day.
Sing along, not solos.
Sing along, not sing alone. Yes, good. And then for today, the first hymn is going to be, we'll sing it in a round, so we'll use the two halves of the congregation and sing whichever parts you're moved to sing. Thank you.
I have two announcements. Well, maybe one, because honestly, I wasn't paying attention to the beginning of the announcements. But Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock will be the board meeting. So if you have anything that you would like to get on the agenda, please let me know. And the second thing is we have tentatively rescheduled the new ministry startup for a month from today, March 1st. It will be immediately follow service. We will have more details in the newsletter, and it's about all I can tell you on the fly right now, except for that we would like as many people as possible so that we can get a good cross-section. Thanks.
I think we need a drum roll or something.
Thank you to everyone who helped with the new display for public events. If you'd like to help with a little bit of touch-up after the service, there's a couple of spots.
Cool. And the banner will be, the symbol of the band on the banner will also be used for things like flyers and handouts at Pride events and other places so that we can get the information about UUCC out a little bit more. Also, the business cards for the minister. What else are we using it for? Stickers, things like that. So thank you, everyone who helped with the banner. This is me. As we prepare to be fully together, I remind us all to silence our phones and devices. We now enter a space of worship. And now is the time to bring forward any joys or sorrows or drop a pebble. And now is the time for our chalice lighting. I do have a handle. I invite you to join me in our chalice lighting words. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, thanks, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together.
So I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but fear was one of my first big feelings when I heard that Reverend Eileen was planning to move on to the next step of her ministry. With a gradual increase in new faces and weekly attendance numbers, it felt like we were finally climbing back onto land after a long voyage on the COVID cruise that nobody asked for. I was worried that the winds of change would knock down and scatter what we had started to build. But this community is not a house of cards. Taking away one card or wiggling the table will not cause us all to fall down. When I told Eileen about my concerns, she rightly pointed out that she wasn't the only reason new people had come and joined our congregation, and she thought they would probably stay. Church is one of those places that can feel like everything has always been the same, even while in a constant state of change. We have habits, traditions, notable personalities, and, most importantly, a shared vision of the world. I've been attending for 13 years now, but in some ways, I still feel new, while at the same time, feeling like the people who were there at a certain point in time in my memory is the way things have always been, and anything and anyone after that point is also new. I'm pretty comfortable coming up in front of a room and sharing at a microphone, but I often feel pretty awkward when it comes to one-on-one conversations and relationship building. It's comforting to have a job or official role to fill instead of connecting with others just as my human self. If I can show up and do a good job, I don't have to worry about whether I'm cool enough for anyone to want to spend non-structured time with. But it's every time we let our guard down so that our shared humanity can reach out and connect with another that makes this community so strong. Later in this service, you'll have an opportunity to reach out and connect with a few different people. Whether it's a conversation with someone you've never spoken to or someone you've known for a while, I hope you enjoy the opportunity to build a new and deeper connection and feel the beautiful strength and resilience of a community built on shared values and trust. Please rise in body or in spirit and join in our opening hymn, number 389 in the gray hymnal, Gathered Here.
Let's sing together. One more time, all together.
How can you tell somebody is a vegan? Don't worry, they'll tell you. How can you tell somebody is planning to run a marathon? Don't worry, they'll tell you. I think it's meant to be received with a disdainful eye roll, but I think it's a beautiful thing. I want to know what's important to the people in my life, and I also want them to know about me. I'm known by my friends and my coworkers as a strange mixture of long-range planner and persistent procrastinator. I've been fostering my thoughts on this service for about 3 months now, but I also finally put my thoughts on paper this morning. I've had conversations with several of you about the ideas I hope to share and the experience I hope that we'll have together, but it takes a while for the final details to click into place. After sharing the idea with the worship committee, signing up on the calendar, and talking it through with several of you, I was pretty sure something was going to happen today. Last May, I took the first official step toward my intention of completing a 79.4-mile trail race in Arizona, the Mingus Traverse, which starts on May 5th of this year. If you've talked to me more than once or twice, I probably mentioned it. If not, spouted off with a bit more information than you signed up to receive. Part of that is wanting to connect with others by sharing what is deeply important to us. And part of it is the idea that the more times I say it, the more likely it is that I'll follow through. Yesterday, I stumbled a bit on this journey. I told a whole bunch of people I would be running 25K at Mendon Ponds Park as one of my training races. 3 5.1-mile loops over snowy trails in sub-freezing temperatures. I could have dropped down to the 5-mile race by showing up a bit earlier, but I wanted to try to push for more, even if I could only manage 2 of the 3 loops. It turns out running or even walking on thick, powdery snow is really, really hard. I ended up stopping after 1 loop, and I was far from alone in that decision. It turns out I'm not the only one who thinks that snow masquerading as sand dunes is hard to navigate. But there was also a beauty of the community of people who may have failed at reaching their target for the day, but knew they were the kind of people who would try. I find that telling someone about my big, scary dreams and goals is a good way to ensure that I will at least try. And I always love to hear about theirs.
Now is the time in our service to join together in a spiritual practice of generosity. Our gifts of time and money support our church and its work. Each week, we like to spotlight a group or committee and thank them for their gift of time. This week, the group is the pastoral care team. We still need people to help out with the pastoral care team. If you're interested, please contact Kevin House or Reverend Cindy. 1/4 of our plate collection for the frozen season will go to our service partner, Call to Care Canandaigua. Call to Care Canandaigua is an all-volunteer organization that welcomes refugees and other displaced persons and provides a support network to help families start a new life in America. They provide housing, transportation, clothing, food, medical care, and household items during the first few months and assist families with school or language class enrollment and work authorization applications. You can give to this morning's offering by placing cash or a check into the basket or by one of the options on your screen. Please note that your gift is for today's offering, and we now gratefully accept the offering. All right, we have a few joys to share. Drew is very happy that Groundhog Day is tomorrow, which is halfway between the winter solstice and the vernal equinox. We're getting there. January was long, but it's done. Carrie has a joy that a friend's prognosis with metastatic cancer has improved significantly, and they continue to tolerate chemo very well. That's great. The Mel's family has a joy in their extended family member's birthday celebration today. Happy birthday. And my son and daughter-in-law are expecting their second child, a daughter, to further grow their family this summer. Yay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Now, I will drop a stone for these and all the joys and sorrows left in the silence of our hearts. Whatever is in your heart today, we are with you. Please join me in saying, we are with you. We are with you. And now, if there are any children who'd like to attend religious education, please go downstairs with Kaya and Pat.
A few months ago, I led a service here focused on meditation with you that and shared with you that Terrell and I had this morning meditation practice. Well, getting a puppy who demands an inordinate amount of attention, especially first thing in the morning, has thrown a wrench, or rather a bark, jump, or playful tug into that spiritual practice as of late. And when that meditation doesn't happen, the day just feels off, without the same focus, without the same calmness or sense of purpose, without the same connection to each other and the world around us. And I shared at that service that our meditation is a couple of parts, with the first half being a focus on breath to ground us in the present moment, and then the second half comprising of 3 questions. Who am I? How do I want to feel today? And finally, what is my intention for today? And I confessed in that sermon that I often answered the last question with a laundry list of to-do items that might actually include doing the laundry, right? So it was kind of like what I was planning to actually physically do that day. And we often think of intentions as goals that we want to accomplish. New Year's resolutions are kind of the dictatorial perfectionist version of this to me, accompanied by lots of shame when we fail, which is on average within the first 3 weeks of making a resolution. My resolution last year was to get in the best shape of my life because, why make a resolution if it isn't, huge and pretty much impossible? But there's an alternative interpretation of the word intention, which reflects the truest version of who we are and who we want to be in this world. I love David White's thoughts on intention, where he describes it not as a rigid goal, but rather a conversational engagement with the world. A conversation at the frontier between oneself and the unknown. It's about living with and being shaped by beautiful, if always slightly disturbing, questions. This approach to intention requires embracing something he calls robust vulnerability, and also starting close in with a first, often uncomfortable step. This year, my resolution, my intention, is grace, to give it as freely as I possibly can to myself and to others. I don't like the judgy, critical part of myself who focuses on mine and everyone else's shortfalls. And the great part of picking grace as my intention is that when I fail at it, which I do every single day, I give myself grace instead of a flogging. I also picked a mantra for the year: no mud, no lotus. Now, instead of resenting the mud in my life and in the world at large, I can appreciate it as the necessary growth material for something beautiful to emerge. Granted, it is entirely possible that no lotus will appear, even if there is plenty of mud, because there are no guarantees something will bloom out of all of this. But I can guarantee you that without mud, there will definitely be no lotus. So, yay mud. So maybe it is time to try again with your resolution, with your intention. I'm going to read the poem A New Day by Vicki Flaherty, and after I finish the poem, I invite you to take 5 minutes to meditate in whatever way works for you upon an intention you'd like to focus your energy on, whether it's for today or the week or the month or the year. It's your intention, so you get to pick not only what it is, but how long you want to set your mind on that intention. And you can also choose how you want to meditate. You might want to sit quietly, or lie on the rug, or write things down, or draw something. We've got some things at the table in the back for you to maybe fidget with while you're meditating if that helps you to focus on something, or some art supplies there too. As long as it doesn't disturb those around you, how you do it is up to you. So here is the poem, and then we're going to go into that 5 minutes of meditation in whatever way suits you. A New Day, Vicki Flaherty. Here, today, is possibility. Now opens a fresh beginning. You stand at a point of departure, a place from which to move, to powerfully transform and grow. Momentum starts as an idea, formed from the still place within where intentions flow like water, and possibility bubbles to the surface. Choice offers itself to you. Stay here, or courageously step in the direction of dreams. What will be lost? What will be gained? Why change? Why not? Inquiry offers its gifts. From reflection comes clarity, the insight from which inspired action opens like a river to the sea. You find yourself leaning into change, moving like a breeze, integrity with who you are, what you want, why you are here, guiding you like a North Star. Here, today, is possibility. Now opens a fresh beginning.
Now that you've had a bit of time to sit with your thoughts and intentions, let's practice sharing. You'll have the opportunity to connect with 3 different people and spend a few minutes sharing your intention with them. Or, if it feels too tender and too much to share with someone today, share with them whatever you would like a member of your community support system to know about you. If it's possible, try to talk to someone you've never had a conversation with before. Or try to find someone that has been a while since you've spoken, or someone you've been hoping for the chance to connect more deeply to. Please raise your hand until you have a partner for each round. If you have issues with mobility and it's easier to stay in your chair, it's okay to wait for someone to come to you. Now is the time to start looking for your first partner. Okay, it's time to find your second partner. So if you can wrap up your thought and raise your hand and start looking for somebody else to talk to. Okay, now is the time to start thinking about switching to your third partner. Wrap up with whoever you're with right now and try to find somebody that you haven't talked to yet.
We're switching to our third person. Yeah, they're doing up.
So now is the time to find your way back to your chair or just get comfortable in the chair that you're in, but we're going to move along toward the end of the service. So say goodbye to your close friend or your new friend and find a spot to settle.
You can hold my hand when you need to let go. I can be your mountain when you're feeling valley low. I can be your street light showing you the way home. You can hold my hand when you need to let go. 'Cause I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. If we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seed, plant a little happiness, let the roots run deep. If it's love that we give, and it's love that we reap, if we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seed. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. Well, the door is always open, your picture's on my wall. Everyone's a little bit broken, but everyone belongs. Everyone belongs here in my house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. And bring us back together when the day is done.
I'd like to leave you with a few words by Cynthia Landrum. Be true, be well, be loving. We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connection, our concerns, our care for each other. Our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith continues. Until we are together again, friends, be strong, be well, be true, be loving. Please rise in body or spirit and join in our closing hymn, number 1057 in the Teal hymnal, Go Lifted Up.
If you're with us today on Zoom and would like to wave goodbye, you can turn on your camera now. Please join me in our words for extinguishing our chalice, which is actually still lit, but I did this to make it look better. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
There. Every, finally, everybody else in. Oh, we lost some people, but nobody else has got sound. Well, hi everybody. It's traffic. Oh, you're trying to. I don't know why mine came in, unless there's some way I can let other people in now. Let me see. Test my powers. Host mode. Host tools. Allow. Oh, I think I found it. It says start all of these. Start video. Videos. Oh, I lost it again. It's tools. Unmute. Oh, I almost had it for a minute. One more time. I've got this stupid mouse that is too sensitive. Goes all over. All right, oh, it's coming. Is it working? No. It didn't work?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh, it worked. Oh, it worked for Dorothy, but not for Lynn.
You just have to hit your unmute button and make sure your volume's up enough.
Well, I guess whoever they make host, you have to go and find it. It was under host tools. I guess they made me host. Oh, Lynn, we still don't have you.
Can you go to the bottom left of your screen where the audio is crossed out and just click on it? Will that work?
Worked for me.
It should. Okay. If you want to say, can you put it in the chat? What you think might help? Or you don't? Well, Lynn, I noticed there were two Lyns this morning. And then Lynn Overgaard was in one of the pictures, I think. Three Lyns in one morning. Isn't that a delight? One of the helpers or the I started calling her cleaning woman, and now she's a housekeeper friend, but she's a Lynn too, but with
I
one
think I've
N.
got
Oh, we got it.
Ah.
What did
Okay.
you do? What did you do?
So I moved myself from one screen back to the original screen, and then I was able to get to chat and unmute myself again.
There we went.
I
Clean it.
unmuted it before. I don't know. Anyway, hello.
Oh,
Hello,
it's nice to see everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
you doing, Lynn, without
Me?
your dad? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm, it was a long January, and Dad's cat is not doing well.
Hmm.
So yeah, he's, I have to give him a food enhancer to get him to eat. And he's having trouble swallowing, so I don't know how long we're going to have him. Yeah.
Jeannie lost a cat a little while ago.
Jeannie did?
Yeah,
Oh.
and your dad had a dog too, right?
No.
Oh, okay, I thought he had a
My,
dog too.
my daughter has the dog, and
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
no, we just have Punky, and he followed Dad everywhere, and he came to my back door in Bristol right after my mother passed away, and I asked my father, "Can he live in your barn?" Because he was not getting along with any of my animals, including my dogs. So Dad said, sure. And the next time I went over there, he was already in the house. But my father never had cats before, so he treated him like a dog, right? And he's like, he's only allowed on this one chair. And I'm like chuckling, thinking, oh, yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll tell you, that cat only was on that one chair. It was just horrendous. And next thing you know, he's on his lap. Well, okay, he can go on the back of the couch, and it just over the house afterward. And,
Yes.
and Dad would go up to the barn, or he would go up to the garden, and that cat would just follow him everywhere and just sit with him. And it was the sweetest little connection between the two of them. And he just got to love that cat. So it's like I'm losing a part of Dad, with this one. Yeah. Plus, he's a little cat, so we called him Elsie, and my mother's name was Elsie. Yeah.
Nice name. I grew up with Elsie's.
Yeah.
It's a real old-fashioned name, isn't it?
Is it? I always think of Elsie, isn't that the Borden cow that they have on the,
Yes.
And
on Borden
she was
products?
always teased about that.
I was going to say that.
She, and that was back in the day, when that was a big deal. And yeah. And she was a feisty girl. She was tiny, but the stories that she told me when she was growing up. She lost her mother when she was 10. And she and her friends would they would do mischievous things. It's like, Mom. One time she told me that her father went to a meeting, and I don't remember what meeting it was, but he was down in a basement, right? And so her friends and all were looking in the window, and they had greased a piglet and put it in the building. And they all watched the ladies on the chairs screaming, and the men diving for this piglet. And there was she was something. And all of a sudden she realized, oh my gosh, my father's in there.
Oh.
And when he came home, he knew it was her.
Oh.
And she got it. She said she got it.
She got it. Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Dorothy, are you
Yeah.
weaving?
I am.
I thought you were weaving. I can
You're
tell.
weaving.
She's
What are you making, Dorothy?
This will be a scarf. I'm using a peg loom. I've only set up one side of it because I think I might weave more than one scarf on sort of the same timeline. But I've only threaded up one side of it. So I'll show you in just a second what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
So the method is just to bring the yarn over these pegs and
Mhm.
down, and it loops as you go back the other way. It'll make a loop over it. And the strings that are attached at the bottom are the warps, and you pull those up, and it just keeps weaving itself as you go. It's a very economical way of making woven things. And
Wow.
This is a finished product. Dorothy gave me these last year, but she made 2 of them for placemats for me.
well, actually, those are woven a different way, Jeannie. Those are made on
Oh,
a
okay.
fixed frame loom and a rag rug technique, but this one is a peg loom, which is only fixed at one end and can be whatever length of weaving you want it to be.
I told her they were too nice to use for placemats, so I hung them up.
That's great. They're beautiful.
It's not my intention though, because I really do use mine for placemats, and I think it's fine to make use of stuff that I weave, but you know, to each their own.
Come join our small group and you too may get one.
Do you have one?
Oh, we have,
Val has
yeah,
one.
this is mine.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't it? It's one of
Wow.
early one too. But I just put it on my walker to look around and see where I wanted to put it. And I thought, I kind of like it on my rocker. And I always smile when I notice it or something happens, or I don't know. When life change, when I read newspaper articles or TV, oh,
That's a good, that would make a good lap rug for a cat.
oh, you see,
Oh,
those
yeah.
cats,
Yeah.
cats can't stay out of the.
Well, this is kind of experimental because I used to use one of my larger looms, which had big, thick pegs, to try to make scarves, and they were always way too heavy. Once I finished them, they just
Oh.
weighed a ton because they were too bulky. So I got a little one here with skinny pegs so that I can weave something that's more delicate, and hopefully this will work well for the scarf. We'll see. It's experimental. It's a much thinner yarn.
Now,
There.
is that yarn that you're using or is that rag?
No, it's yarn.
Mine was the first one, my blue and white one was ragzo, right? Different.
Yes,
Yeah.
if they're made in a fixed frame, they're usually made with cotton.
Hmm.
I just use rags from torn up pillowcases or remnants that I buy at the craft places. I used to go to Joanne Fabrics all the time and go through their remnants, but now we don't have Joanne. I have to just sort of go to the Goodwill and look for 100% cotton or mostly cotton sheets or pillowcases or whatever to tear up.
Yeah, they'd be cotton but strong, wouldn't they?
Yeah, what I
Mhm.
usually do is I try to look for somebody who's put a single pillowcase at the Goodwill. You know, it's like who's going to buy one pillowcase kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I usually buy.
That's good. Oh,
Val,
and Jeannie, I can see the cover there. Jeannie made me a little stitchy thing. Embroidery is, I'm so bad.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
You probably get from there.
Well,
Val, are you feeling better this week?
oh, well, I've been off for about 2 or 3 weeks, as Jeannie knows. I've shared, and I thank people who do. It is good to pass along stories, because we thought, we had a friend with whose husband had Parkinson a few years ago, and he suddenly went downhill, and she couldn't figure out what was wrong. And she, before she took him, she said, "You, those idiots want to see if he has a UTI, and I'm sure it couldn't possibly be a urinary tract infection that has, you know, been so bad." And guess what? I had.
Yeah.
You had it?
Uh-huh. Well, then they wanted me to come out and do a sample beforehand. And we're all going. It was whichever was the worst weather day here. Was it Monday? I guess it was. And we said, can't we send you one? Can't we bring it in? Maybe I do it at home. And Randy said even the setup there isn't for somebody. Most doctor's office, you're by yourself, when you're in the for doing a sample. Well, we looked and looked for things, and clean jars. They want a nice little thing,
A sterile jar.
a sterile jar. Guess what? I'm glad we have a dog. I ended up using they had a pee jar that the dog hadn't used yet for the vet.
A
So I
what?
got the dog for the vet. The vet gives you one too for
Oh,
you.
right, that's right.
So
Yeah.
I know I had a pet that was used, and I
That's
feel
really funny.
it worked. Whatever. Oh no, in between. The first medicine they gave me, we use that online doctor thing. You can do that with cooperation with your own doctor, something like that. But he prescribed these, I don't know what they were, black and white pills, but I had a mild reaction. Oh, well, my grandson, the nurse, came home from work about 9:30, walked in and said, "What the hell happened to your eye?" And I said, "Is that the way you talk to your patients?" My eye had started to swell, and whenever I get a reaction to anything, it always starts with my eyes and then goes, or excuse me, I almost done. Oh, so that was my week, but I'm feeling much better.
Good.
Well,
Thank you
good.
for asking. And now I have to decide, I'm just going to have to do more pee, but somebody found one, so, the drug, somebody gave Randa some, maybe the people at the center, or you don't take it to your doctor's office, you have to take it to
To the
the,
lab.
The lab, yeah.
yeah. So Randa to the rescue. That's one of my daughter that's next door, or I'm in their apartment or whatever it is. Somebody has a good. So Jeannie, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, what have I been up to? I don't know, kind of the same old stuff. I'm going
That's
to yoga when I can and trying to force myself to go out,
Hmm.
even if it's just for a few minutes. But
Eat the mail.
yeah,
I only went to the gym one time this week, so I'm
Uh-oh.
thinking about going today. I usually go twice a week, but I skipped on Friday. Friday was so brutal.
Yeah.
Did not want to
Yeah.
be outside.
the gym here at the college has an indoor track.
Yeah.
So I
Mm.
went down there. I've been going down there like every other day. I don't know how much distance it is one time around, but I go like 8 times around.
Uh-huh.
But yesterday it was fun because there are all these little kids down there ice skating. The
Oh.
indoor track is up and you can look down on the ice rink.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And there are all these little
Oh.
kids ice skating with their teachers and their families were sitting in the bleachers. It
Aw.
was really fun to see these little kids ice skating. And some of them have coaches, like you could tell they were like young ladies, like maybe 20 years old or something, and they were trying to teach them stuff, and it was fun.
Mhm.
I think Jeff and Jeff and Dana are the only ones in our family that really know how to ice skate. I never bothered to learn, having moved here from Florida. I was like,
That would do it.
no, I just get. I was in my 30s when I came here. I was like, No, I don't think so.
Yeah. You know, I have never even stood on ice skates my entire life. I used to roller skate when I was
I
a
used
kid,
to roller skate, yeah.
but
Mhm.
ice skates I have never even stepped into. How about you, Lynn, or you, Val? Have you done any
Ice
skating?
skating, ice skating is harder on the ankles because you're on the
Yes.
one blade instead of, the four rollers.
Right.
So it really, yeah, I was not good at ice skate.
No,
Um,
we used to go in the creek in the back of my friend Myrna's house. It probably wasn't terribly safe, but the creek froze pretty well. Anyway. And but never more than that. And then when we had kids, we decided we ought to get them for Christmas. Everybody got ice skates one big year. And we were up in Canada in Belleville. And I was showing off. I said, kids, watch mama. And mama, they were new skates and the tip was still on the end. And that tip is just for figure skaters, that little bit, not for mama showing off. I think we ended, I pulled something in my knee.
Oh,
We could
no.
stay 2 more days in Belleville.
Oh.
But other than that, that healed. I never ice skated again. That was the end of it.
Do any of
when I
your
was,
kids- Oh,
oh, go ahead.
I was wondering if any of her kids still ice skate, like Randa or anybody, or
No, they got in skiing, but
oh,
well, Randa didn't want skis. I remember that one. And her Dave wanted to ski, so he gave her skis. And first time down, she broke them. So I said, did you get the message yet that you really don't want to
oh.
do this?" But Randa's kids ski. I don't know if they skate or not. I don't know.
What were you gonna
Skiing,
say, Lynn?
they're out here in Livonia. I mean, we're fairly, skiing places are more. But my my niece's daughter, that I saw, she's enrolled her kids in hockey. Weren't much for, and man, they took almost their whole backyard. I mean, they're in Penfield, and they made a rink, and they're having a grand time with it.
Mm.
My brother-in-law did one up in his place too.
Yeah, that's what I used to do when my father would, he would tarp
But-
the
yeah.
patio
Oh,
and then he would flood it. And yeah, so he would make a rink for me and the kids, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and did you use it? You did, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a
Well-
blast on it. That was in New Jersey.
Okay. Well, this Canadian Street, a lot of them do their, and I can remember the way Genesee Valley did ice skating when I was really young was the firemen would come down and if you're going out over Elmwood Avenue Bridge near the hospital, you'll see there is sort of a field, they're athletic fields now. If you looked over the bridge or if you walked over it, you'd see it. And they just flooded that field. And I don't know who took care of it. And Cobb's Hill was another wonderful place. We did take the kids ice skating once in a while, come to think of it. Yeah, they went to, but the boys didn't get into hockey or anything like that.
Yeah.
Canadian heritage didn't kick in. That type of, yes, in Canada or in almost, well, in our 50, should I call it our 51st state?
Oh,
No.
please don't.
Oh, you laugh or cry at this. It's something has to give. It's just, I don't know. I wish I
Yeah,
had an answer.
I got a surprise from Bernie Sanders.
Oh,
He sent me his book.
good.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I've seen you write quite a bit now on Facebook.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
you're often,
Oh, yeah.
I've seen your letters and
Oh, my
good for
Um,
you.
How did you manage to get him to send you that?
I didn't. It just
Oh.
came. I'm sure
Because he got your name.
I've donated I've donated, so I must be on the list. Yeah,
I didn't
Yeah.
know you wrote a book.
yeah. White Oligarchy.
Hmm.
It's a small book. It's about the size of my hand.
Mhm.
You know.
Interesting.
So,
And what to, oh, well, that would change day by day, wouldn't it? Almost. What to write about.
Have you started reading it yet?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about a third of the way through. It's most of the beginning of it. It's all the stuff that you already knew, but he embellishes everything. So he gives you a deeper understanding of each thing that he talks about. So it's very interesting. I'm now at the point where it's not comforting.
Oh,
It's pretty scary. It's not comforting. The whole oligarchy and authoritarianism isn't just here. It's taking over our world, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I honestly I haven't gotten to the part where how we are supposed to fight this.
how old is Bernie?
I don't know. He's
gotta
I
got
be
to
remember
be.
thinking he was too old for the,
82 or something like that.
Yeah, he's got to be as at least
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure he's over 80, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, he's feisty.
oh,
I mean,
yes.
he's amazing, really.
Mhm.
Ah,
And I remember thinking he was too old for the presidency, too bad, but in retrospect, didn't he consider it once that, no, oh, he's
yeah.
independent though,
Yeah, he's
He
independent.
considered it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why he
Oh.
probably won't ever be elected to any national office other than being a senator.
right.
Senator used to mean something different than apparently it means today. You weren't this, I don't know, but the whole thing. But the senators are respected, and you look at people like Kenneth Keating that we had and they worked, yeah, they acted like a Senate. There was a time when that was true,
There
but I
was
don't know
a
when.
time, there was a time.
Once upon a time, yes.
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder what my new grandson is going to grow up in.
I know.
I think of the schools with these, kids who are so they're running into. Well, if I look at if that's your role model, if Trump is your role model, yeah, I keep wondering how much that'll come through in the schools, and I'm glad I'm not in them. But
Yeah.
who's going to be in them?
Yeah. I don't
If
think
they're these schools.
he's not
Well,
going to be the role model.
well, this morning I started an article or reading it. What they credited Trump and Mueller, Miller, Stephen Miller. You know who he is?
Stephen Miller is the most evil person in the administration.
I think okay.
And I think he's running the show too.
Well,
hate to say it.
this would appear to say is that every country has had a ruling class and a worker class. Every country. This was their theme this morning. I don't know whether.
And guess which class Stephen Miller thinks he's in?
And which one he thinks I'm in.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not, we're in a new century even. Oh, yes, I think he's definitely the worst. He looks evil, uh, and acts evil. Comedians do go for him. Very. I get mad at the comedians when they take the day off. How am I going to know what to think about the news? I need you.
Now, what are we going to do without
Yes.
Colbert?
Yes. Oh, I
Oh
don't
my
know.
gosh.
Do you think, well, it was sort of slid around that he was leaving in May, but not necessarily like it happened with the him. Yeah. So I'm wondering if there should, I'll give up some days when CBS if other people want to boycott it for a day because of what they're doing. Something. It's usually the channel I like, or Jeopardy's on CBS.
So what's he
But
gonna
maybe
do? What's he gonna do after he leaves? Like, what's his,
He
what does he
hasn't
wanna
quite
do?
stated yet what he might do. He says he's keeping his options open.
Cause
Um,
he's pretty young. I mean, he's not,
he's 60.
He's 60
oh, he's
something.
60?
The other two turned 40, and I don't know about. I like Seth Meyers too, he's on at 12:30, but I do take them. But I often stay up too. I do stay up.
I only catch him on YouTube after the fact.
Yeah.
I like he's really good, and I don't know why he's just late. Maybe nobody will take his place. They're getting away with late night. And Trevor Noah's back running around the country. I don't know. But what I liked about Trevor, the other two have heard this before, Lynn. Trevor was the first one to look at Trump and say, "Oh, we got rid of them in Africa,"
Yeah.
because that's what he was acting like.
Yeah.
Idi Amin, and well, he hasn't murdered too many of us yet, but he pointed it out immediately,
Mm.
as somebody who's been there would.
Mhm.
Oh, was Jeff at church, Dorothy? Or
Yes.
okay. I saw a bird. I couldn't figure a bird a little bit better than the songbirds, but they'd had black and white stripes. It almost looked like a baby pheasant, but that wouldn't be up in the bushes here, would
Black and
it?
white stripes. I have no
Well,
idea.
they're probably puffed out pretty good to keep warm.
Yes, this one though, but it had a longer neck than the regular songbirds, and
Hmm.
I don't know.
What color was it?
It was brownish, but its neck was up more like the shaped like the pheasant. But it was when it turned its back on me, and I saw that tail. They were long feathers on it, more like
Really?
a
That's really
game
interesting,
bird.
Val.
Pardon?
I said that's
Yeah,
really interesting.
well, I looked him up, and I did get a bird I never heard of in there, so I'll look some more. to
Wow.
see to see. I also, Mr. Squirrel decided that why should he go on the ground to get seeds when he can come up to the bushes and get seeds? I do love being able to see them. They are definitely my.
Yeah.
Oh, you have is that a grandfather? Your clock?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
and
Nice.
did you?
I don't have it
Oh,
going.
no.
It bongs every 15 minutes.
Oh,
I grew up with that. And
okay.
yeah, and it's a family heirloom. It's over 100 years
Oh,
old.
Wow.
Yeah, I did love it. Anywhere in the house, I knew what time it was by the bongs. Yeah.
one
know,
friend my friend in Florida, now she took it with her and used it too.
one time when Roger and I were visiting his brother and sister-in-law in Philadelphia, she had a grandfather clock, and I could not sleep at night. That thing.
Oh,
So I went out and I slept on the front porch.
Ah,
oh
Oh,
my.
Shut the
I
door
hope you
on
had
it.
a couch or something.
Yeah, I had like a little settee or whatever, but I could
yeah.
not. I could not sleep through that. It just drove me crazy.
Well, you have to keep winding it. In the morning, you wind it, and then at night, you wind it. And I'd always forget. So, yeah, it was always the wrong time.
Oh,
So I
do you
just
know
gave up.
there was a song with my grandfather's clock was too old for
It
tall
was
for
too
the shelf.
large for the shelf.
shelf.
So it
So
stood
it weighs not a
99.
penny, weight more or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So my grandfather's clock was too tall for the shelf, so it stood 90 years.
90 years on the
old.
wall.
It was taller by half than the old man
Man
himself,
himself.
so it weighed not a pennyweight more. It,
The chorus came in then.
something is something
It was very
something
measured
about
at
the day
beginning.
that he was born and was always his treasure and pride.
Should
But
pride.
it stopped short,
Stopped short.
never to go again when the old man died.
Yep. Yep.
Tick, and then they did a tick tock, tick
90
tock,
years without stumbling, tick tock.
tick tock, tick tock,
His life, seconds numbering, tick tock.
tick tock, tick.
It
Well,
stopped.
they were looking for
never to go
songs.
again when the old man died.
You know what? It's interesting because my father used to care for this and now I don't.
Ah.
Mm.
So now
It's
it's your
true.
turn.
So Dorothy,
any-
you have a birthday this week, right?
I do, yeah.
Is it
Happy
Wednesday or
birthday.
Thursday?
Uh,
Is it the
Wednesday.
5th?
Wednesday the
Okay.
5th.
Have a nice birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And Val just had a birthday too.
Oh, yeah, Val had one.
Oh,
That's
happy
what, yeah, what did the girl say after it? Well, you must have been sick then. You were acting like a little weird. And then I didn't even ask for any clarification. I just thought we didn't do, we just did family, just the girls, in fact, but
Mhm.
Jay didn't make it over. And Kim is in Sicily. My older daughter and her husband they usually go to Italy, or they've been 3 or 4 times. And now they decided to take the month of February in
Wow.
Sicily in an apartment building. But I thought it was just them. Apparently there are 4 other people or units in the house.
Nice.
So they met those people and they'll do some whatever with them. But everything went. And Emily, I love, she has to do interviews for residencies. And so she took off and rented a better car to travel in. And she's going to go to each of those. She made it a big road trip. She made it fun. Not, oh, I have to run to, Ohio or something. She's in Columbus now. She was in Pittsburgh, but wherever she's gone, she has friends that she stayed with. One friend, her cousin's friend in Pittsburgh, and she's staying with somebody else in Columbus. And then so she made it an adventure. And
Good.
That's fun.
so I think she'll do, I don't know, she finds out in March. This is a medical residency, so they're, guess they sort of decide where you're going. And
Matthew's waiting for word about a job that he applied for in Buffalo.
oh, that would be neat.
Well, they want to move back here. That's their plan. It's going to be, a little bit of a crazy time if they do it, because he'll have to commute to Buffalo for a while. They're not going to be able to find a place right away. They're going to stay with her family in Rochester.
Okay.
And then maybe rent a place before they buy, once they figure out where they want to live exactly.
Yeah.
Batavia is a good halfway.
I'm sorry?
Batavia is sort of in between.
I would never want them to live in Batavia.
Oh, you've
One of
dealt
the
with
worst,
it.
one of the worst places for snow and ice between here and Buffalo. No, I'd love it if they would think about Brockport maybe.
Yeah, Brockport'd be nice.
Brockport's where Jeffrey's family went to school. They grew up around there.
Yeah. I have one son and family that live in Orchard Park, and they're getting dumped on. They just, yeah.
Oh, that's the Orchard Park I've always heard good things about.
It's a beautiful area, but
Well, we used to
no.
just take Buffalo Road all the way to Buffalo.
Isn't
Through all
that
these
Very
trees.
snowy, isn't it?
very snowy.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
isn't the Bills Stadium is in Orchard Park, right?
Yeah,
did they move
yeah.
it?
The
Yeah,
old
well,
one,
they are moving it
yeah.
or something. I'm not up on that, but
Okay.
yeah, I thought that they just finished it. Was it Highland Park? No, not Highland Park.
I
High
can't remember.
something. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I
I'm
don't follow it
in
either.
college, guys.
I mean, you're not
Can
watching
I-
Super Bowl?
But when I go visit, I have to know, okay, is this a football weekend? Because if it is, I have to go
The
I
long
don't go
way
the
around.
way. Yeah, I go the back way.
You can see I've got a few inches woven.
Oh, how
Nice.
pretty.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow. You did that
Yeah.
just as church
Yeah,
started?
yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I didn't really start weaving until church was pretty much over. It's a fast way of weaving. I think it's probably comparable to people who do crochet or knitting once you get going with it.
Yeah. My grandkids that are up in Orchard Park, they go to a oh, what's the school? It's a
There's
private
Montessori around
Right.
here, Waldorf.
Waldorf, yeah, the Waldorf school. And right in the beginning, and as kindergartners, they learn how to weave with their fingers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
I
kind of the same idea.
Dana was kind of obsessed with finger weaving at one point. I think he was about 8. He
Mhm.
drove all the way from here to visit my mother over in Oberlin, Ohio, and he had like 6 feet of finger weaving when we got there. It was pretty funny.
That's cool.
All right,
Yeah.
and I can ask a question. Uh, I guess I didn't read the newsletter, but what's going on with the minister? There's something, she's leaving or what is it?
Well,
What were
I
they
had
talking about at the
Well, she
beginning?
said she was talking about Eileen, that she had confided in Eileen that she was kind of afraid when Eileen told us she was leaving because it was going to be a change and she thought
Oh,
we might,
I thought I was really on the loop.
and she was
Yeah,
just confiding that she was afraid the momentum we had started would ease off and things would kind of go back to,
Oh, good. I'm glad
yeah, nobody's
that's all it
leaving right
was.
now.
Nobody's
yeah,
leaving.
no,
But
no. I
the
think
other, yeah, the other place our minister has to deal with is Watertown.
Yeah,
Watertown is really, really not as bad as Oneida, but it's pretty close.
yeah,
well, I
yeah.
hope she doesn't have to keep Watertown forever. That seems like a nasty way to split your time.
I know, to be driving up there. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I remember my son that's in Orchard Park again, Justin, he went to Clarkson.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know that trip.
He went to Clarkson for a year, and I remember bringing him back after Christmas or whatever. And when I left, it was a major snowstorm, and my windshield was freezing up. I just couldn't get it. It was like minus 40. And I was following a tractor trailer thinking,
Oh,
if this tractor trailer goes off the road, I'm following it because I have no idea where the road is. It was so scary.
Yeah.
Uh,
so the question I
yeah,
have to ask you and I have to ask myself because I did something similarly weird at one time with the kids in the car. I have to think, what makes us think that we're going to get anywhere? And I mean, of course, sometimes when you're on the thruway, there's no good place to stop.
right.
But I did that one time coming back from Oberlin with the kids in the car. Jeffrey hadn't gone with us that time. And they were having whiteouts and stuff on 90 going up by Erie.
Oh gosh.
So I decided to go over towards Chautauqua instead
Oh yeah.
on the southern tier. Well, it wasn't much better. I was driving like 20 miles an hour for like 2 hours. And I thought to myself, this is kind of dangerous and stupid, maybe. How do you decide how dangerous and stupid it is? But
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
have much money on me. It wasn't the kind of thing where, well, I pulled off one place where there was a motel. It was already full, you know?
Yeah,
And I was like,
that's
okay, now what am I gonna do?
that's what happened to
So
me.
I kept going, but I look back on it now as one of the stupidest things I've ever done.
I know. And
Yeah.
the thing is, where I was, there was nothing. There was nothing
Oh, yeah.
to stop at.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I had to keep going, and yeah, it was horrible.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we-
I think I'm gonna go because I'm getting kind of hungry here, so,
Oh,
Um,
for me.
yeah.
Well,
it was
Sounds
so
I'm-
like
nice
a
to see all of you,
plan.
though. So nice
Have
to
a great
see
lunch.
everybody. Yeah, all
Talk
right.
soon, Jeannie.
I'm-
I'm going to head out too.
Yeah, I
It
think.
was good seeing everybody.
Yes.
Good week.
Goodbye. I'll
Yeah.
turn this all off. How's that?
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Good to see you, Lynn.
Likewise. Now.
We hadn't seen you in a long time. I'm not ended yet. Here I go. And now I'm talking to myself.